good blessings, my brothers and sisters in this truth. All praises to the Most High. Through our Savior's name, let's get our sword out the mud. My dear brothers and sisters, we must test the spirit. We must test the spirit, and iron sharpens iron. I do not know this brother Marcus Rogers. I do not know him. I just came across a few of his videos and seen this video and just wanted to share some things. All praise to the Most High through our Savior. Now, this brother may not be aware. This brother may not be aware. So therefore, we must be patient and share with our brothers and sisters. Correction. Share with them correction. You see, the worldly spirit is stingy with correction. You see? But us children of light, we must share correction and be thankful for it. Now, let's get to this brother Marcus Rogers.
Good morning, everybody. God just gave me a word this morning. 2020, regardless, man, of what is going on, is a year to celebrate and to just be grateful to God for everything that he's going to do. You see here on the money, it says, "In God we trust." And I know that's flipped for some of you guys, but it says, "In God we trust." I trust God for my future. I trust God for my family. I trust that God is going to take care of me. I trust that God is going to cover me. I trust that God is going to protect me. I trust that God is going to look out for me. I trust that God will never leave me nor forsake me. I trust that God has got me. It's God that wakes me up in the morning. It's God that puts breath in my lungs. It's God who allows my eyes to see and my ears to hear. It's God, and God I trust. I trust him in 1999. I trust him in the year 2000. I trust him in 2020. I'll trust him in 2021. No matter what comes, no matter what the news says, no matter who the president is, in God, in God, in God, in God we trust. All right, so this is the word that the...
Hold on.
gave me, and it will change your perspective.
All right, brothers and sisters, that's the word that the Most High gave, is what this brother is saying. Well, what this brother is saying, okay? So, we must comprehend my dear brothers and sisters, that the God of this world is materialistic. My dear brothers and sisters, our riches are in heaven. My dear brothers and sisters, not on earth. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4. Verse 3. We're going to start at 3. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But even if our gospel is veiled, it is veiled to those who are perishing. whose minds the God of this age has blinded, who do not believe, lest the light of the gospel of the glory of our Savior, who is the image of the Most High, and that's what the brother would say, God, right? Okay. That image of God is shining, my dear brothers and sisters. That image of God is shining in the minds of those who are blinded. They are blinded by the shine, because that's what their heart is filled with. Let's go back to verse 3, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But even if our gospel is veiled, which means covered, it is veiled to those who are perishing. And that veil is the God of this age, my dear brothers and sisters. And this brother, Marcus Rogers, my dear brother, in God we trust, that is on that money is of the world. So we do not trust the God of this world. We do not serve the God of this world, which is money. Money being the root of evil, of all. Money being the root. And once again, in God we trust. Money being the root of evil. So therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, we must comprehend. We must comprehend, my dear brothers and sisters. Let's get to chapter 2, verse 11. We're still in Corinthians. Chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should take advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So you can't be tardy. You can't be tardy, my dear brothers and sisters. You cannot be tardy to this party of truth. And if you are, that is a blessing. First is last, last is first. But if you just willfully being tardy, running from the truth, you know it's there, but you late to it, you ain't really taking it seriously. That dedication to be on time. Let's get to the book of let's get to the book of Matthew. Let's get to the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 6, verse Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and mammon. What is mammon? That's what this brother was holding up. Worldly riches. We should not trust worldly riches. We trust the Most High's riches. My dear brothers and sisters. Let's go to the book of Let's go to the book of Luke, brothers and sisters. Let's go to the book of Luke. And we're going to rock out with, where do I want to start? Bear with me, brothers and sisters. We're gonna go with Luke. We're in the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 14. Book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 14. Now the Pharisees, who were lovers of money, also heard all these things, and they beriddled him. Brothers and sisters, forget derided him. Verse 15, and he said to them, you are those who justify yourselves before men, but the Most High knows your hearts. For what is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of the Most High. So, what is highly esteemed amongst men? Is it not money? The root of all evil? Judas betrayed our Savior. Root of all evil. Got the bag. So Judas showed In God we trust. He trusted that bag over trusting the Most High Son. The Most High Son. So in God we trust, he trusted that bag. He went and got that bag. But once again, when he got that bag, what did the principle, what was the principle of the message? He didn't enjoy that bag. He didn't enjoy that bag. After he got it, after he did what he did, he didn't enjoy it. Do not be deceived, my dear brothers and sisters. For those who are good at fronting, who are good at covering over darkness, do not be deceived. Smiling faces. What our Savior say? Give all your possessions to that man over there. And the wealthy man couldn't do it. He trusted his God, which was money. Your God can be anything that you highly esteem. My dear brothers and sisters. So let me run that back. Luke chapter 16, verse 14. Now the Pharisees, who were lovers of money, also heard all these things, and they derided him. And he said to them, you are those who justify yourselves before men, but the Most High knows your hearts. For what is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of the Most High. My dear brothers and sisters. And if we want to go to the verse before that, verse 13, no servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and Mammon, as we read before, my dear brothers and sisters. My dear brothers and sisters. And once again, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4. Who is the image of the Most High? Who is the image of the Most High? It's not money. It is not money. So that image that says, in God we trust, is Mammon. So in Mammon we trust. My dear brothers and sisters. Dear brother Marcus, please be advised. My dear brothers and sisters. Bear with me 1 minute. We'll run this up to about 12 minutes. because the brother is consistent. This brother's very consistent at promoting this image. So, just wanted to share so we be aware. I wanted to share so we'll be aware and we can prosper in the Most High and not in the God of wealth.
Amen. You need to live a holy life. You need to be bold. Remember what I said. Think about this. In God we trust. In God, you need to get that in your spirit right now. And I'm gonna end this video. In God we trust. No matter what's going on in the world,
Hold on, that brother said you need to get this in your spirit. No, we don't.
We trust. In God, you need to get that in your spirit right now, and I'm gonna end this video.
Quick.
In God we trust. No matter what's going on in the world, in God I trust. No matter what my bank account looks like, in God I trust. No matter who's supporting me, who's being there for me, in God I trust. No matter what my past looked like, in God I trust. No matter what the devil is talking about, in God I trust. No matter what 2021 or 2020 is looking like, in God I trust. No matter what they're talking about with the coronavirus, in God I trust. No matter what my church is doing, in God I trust. No matter what my family is doing, in God I trust. If I get divorced, in God I trust. If I get thrown in the lion's den, in God I trust. If I gotta face a battle, a Goliath that's bigger than me, in God I trust. If everybody leaves me and forsakes me, in God I trust. If I look at my bank account and it's looking funny, in God I trust. If my car breaks down, in God I trust. If I feel fear, if I feel anxiety, in God I trust. If he called me to walk out in the water, in God I trust. If I get betrayed and thrown in the pit like Joseph, in God I trust. If I find myself in a strange land like the children of Israel, in God I trust. If I've got Pharaoh's army chasing after me, in God I trust. Get that in your spirit. You need to be saying that everywhere you go, everywhere you drive, everything that you're looking at. In God I trust. I declare it. No matter what it looks like, in God I trust. And say it till you believe it.
All right, brother. All right, brother. So, brothers and sisters, we just need to be aware, and iron sharpens iron. We're going to end this with Matthew chapter 13, verse 22. The book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 22. Now, he who receives seed among the thorns is he who hears the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. My dear brothers and sisters, I'm going to run that back. Matthew chapter 13, verse 22 reads, now he who receives seed among the thorns is he who hears the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. So, my dear brothers and sisters, when you're receiving the word, when you're receiving the seed, you can't be among the thorns. You must remove yourself from bad company because it corrupts your spirit. My dear brothers and sisters, you're receiving this word and you're still trying to remain around same life that you're trying to come from. Meaning you having that Lot, you having Lot's wife. You got that Lot's wife spirit looking back. So once the word is delivered to you, just like Lot's wife was warned to come and do not get back. Don't associate, don't even trip. Don't even in your heart, don't even be concerned with the world that's about to be destroyed. You keep going. But see, dear brothers and sisters, my dear brothers and sisters, those who receive the seed and remain, who are among the thorns, is he who hears the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. He received the seed among the thorns is he who hears the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. So as we see, the riches of this world choke the word. So we cannot trust this God in what Brother Marcus is promoting. And once again, this is just iron sharpen iron. Like I said, and these days, correction is stingy. And if it and correction is not shared. And if the correction is shared, it's to be self-righteous. So we must comprehend and use discernment. We must be gentle. As just as we was in the dark and the Most High was patient with and to get us to have us removed from darkness and to be in light, we must do the same. We must do the same, my dear brothers and sisters. That's that Jonah spirit. We cannot have that Jonah spirit. The Most High has put us on a mission. We must not run from that mission. We must embrace that mission. And we must not let any cares of this world choke our mission. My dear brothers and sisters. My dear brothers and sisters, stay strong. Stay strong, my dear brothers and sisters, in this faith and unmoved. All praises to the Most High, my dear brothers and sisters. Y'all stay prayerful and keep your lamps filled with light.